In case you missed it, here's a Sports Animal Rewind.
Over the weekend, besides Tennessee football spring practice starting, verbal commitments, couple of them over the weekend, including the third one from someone that a lot of you know and have wanted to be a Tennessee Volunteer for a while. Todd Kelly Jr. from the Webb School, verbally committing via Twitter, breaking that news this weekend. He joins us right now. TK, Vince Ferrara, and Jesse Smithey. How are you, Todd?
I'm doing well. It's great to be involved. How are you all doing?
We're great. We appreciate you giving us some time. I know you're sliding this in between class, so super nice of you to do that. Talk about for our listeners, why now, when you have been so thorough through this process, why'd you pull the trigger on this verbal commit now?
I told my parents, I said, why not now? I finally realized that, my blood does run orange and that, I should be a Tennessee Vol. I enjoyed the first spring practice that Coach Jones and his staff are running, and, I just got to see what it was really going to be like, and I believe that he's going to do big things, so I bought in, and hopefully some other people will as well.
Were you surprised that it came now, TK? Because I know I talked with you in the past, and I thought you're going to use these kind of spring months to maybe go on some trips out to the West Coast and see this school and that school. Did it just hit your gut at a certain point this weekend?
It really did. I slept over and everything, and it just stayed in the back of my mind, Tennessee football, so I couldn't do anything else but commit, and I'm really excited that I did. It's such a relief. People won't be asking me anymore where I'm going and things like that, and, it just feels awesome.
Are you kind of preparing yourself mentally for other schools to still charge at you a little bit, whether it's Alabama or USC? Do you still feel like they're going to try to sway your commitment?
Yeah, Coach Jones told me that. He said, it's going to still be a little rowdy with coaches and everything because they're, going to be trying to sway me to still come to their school. I know I got some Facebook messages from coaches from Clemson, Ohio State, and Alabama, and they're going to, try to persuade me to come to their school. But right now, I'm a Tennessee Vol.
Visiting with Todd Kelly Jr., verbal commit to Tennessee from the Webb School, joining us here on the new Sentinel Sports page. Will you take any more visits, or are you totally shutting down that aspect of it also?
We still haven't decided that yet. I need to sit down with Coach Jones and my parents and discuss that. But right now I'm thinking that I might, but who knows? It may change.
TK, we've seen Vic Wharton commit to Tennessee now, and now we're seeing the ripple effect on social media, on Twitter. You guys are providing Tennessee fans recruiting news. What's it been like for you two guys trying to get other players around the country to buy in like you have?
Yeah, well, a bunch of players are, starting to think about Tennessee football, and I just see Twitter as a way to, reach out to people nationally and just, inform them on what Tennessee has to offer them. So I think it's great to use Twitter, and hopefully the Vol fans continue to show support to me as well as other recruits.
Todd, who are some of the guys on your wish list to join you as a Tennessee Volunteer?
Well, I have a lot of players, in particular, Jalen Hurd, many people know about. Dylan Bates from Florida, his dad also played at Tennessee. Derek Barnett out of Nashville, he goes to Brentwood Academy. Drew Barker, quarterback out of Kentucky. Nick Glass, a safety out of Georgia. And Damari Kitt, a wide receiver out of Georgia. And also Bryson Allen Williams, he's a defensive end. So I'm already doing work within a day.
TK, I can imagine on signing day, you go ahead faxing your papers over, running over to campus at Tennessee, and joining them in the recruiting war room. You guys, know these players just as well as the coaches do.
Yeah, I'm being really active. I believe that Tennessee will have a top recruiting class, not only in the SEC but in the country. So I'm going to do whatever I can to make that happen.
When you went over to Tennessee over the weekend, what did you see out of practice, and specifically with defensive backs coach Willie Martinez?
I actually got to sit in on the meetings as well as see him in practice, and he does a really great job of communicating with the team, especially the defensive backs. What they need to do to make their defense better. They're all on the same page. They know what plays to run. They communicate well, and he's just doing a great job.
What have they told you in terms of where you'll play at Tennessee, specific position?
Right now they have me listed as safety, so I'm going in predicting that I'll play on the defensive side of the ball at safety.
Hey, Todd, how much of an influence during this process with Vic Wharton, who has also been very outspoken, good friend of yours, how much of an impact did he have? How much did he lean on you? Hey, you got to do Tennessee, Tennessee, Tennessee. Talk about Vic.
Well, Vic, he helped me in the process. I always knew what was going to come out of his mouth, nothing but Tennessee football. But, the main thing in this process, you have to focus on and do what's best for you. Living in Knoxville, it's not easy being a national recruit just because, with all these other schools looking at you, Tennessee's right up the street, and that's, who all the fans love in Knoxville. So, Vic did a great job, but ultimately, it was my decision, and that's how it happened.
TK, your dad's an emotional guy. I've seen YouTube videos of him, giving speeches to kids. What was the reaction like from him when you told him you wanted to commit to Tennessee, he being a former Vol?
He was really excited, as well as my mother. We actually talked to Coach Jones. We put him on speakerphone, and it was exciting, one of the most exciting 20 minutes of my life. So it was very special. I'm sure it's special to my dad and mom as well, and they're really excited for me.
Any negative feedback from your sister? I know she's an Alabama cheerleader.
Oh, no. Actually, she posted a picture on Instagram of my tweet, and she said it's the only time she's going to say go Vols. So she gave me a little shout-out. So, we always show each other support, and I probably might have to go down there just for a game just to show her support. So hopefully Vol Nation doesn't get angry or anything like that. I'm just showing support to my sister.
Sometimes when players commit to a school, they'll have to call opposing coaches and give them the news. You having so many offers, did you have to do that, or did you kind of let social media do the course or take care of that?
I think social media did most of it, but just because it was so early in the recruiting process, I don't think coaches were angry or anything like that.
Right.
It wasn't down to the wire. I just did it, early, so I don't think they had a problem with it at all. But if anyone does, and I won't hesitate to call them and just tell them why I made the decision and everything like that.
Joined by Todd Kelly Jr., who's the latest verbal commit for Tennessee football in the 2014 class here on the new Sentinel Sports page. Vince Ferrara, Jesse Smithey, Todd Kelly Jr. in between class, giving us a couple minutes of his time. Last couple things with you, TK. Where are you from a height, weight standpoint? What are your measurables last time you checked?
Last time I checked, it was 6'1", 190.
All right. What about 40 time? What's the latest 40 you've run?
My latest 40 was a 4.51.
Okay. Now, also during this process, during this time until you get to Tennessee, what are the specific things that you're working on going into next season?
Right now, that I've made my decision and everything. I'm actually running track right now. Mm-hmm. Speed is everything. I'm staying in the weight room. I train with Coach Moore from my school. And then next level training with Devin Driscoll. He trained, top athletes like Devin Young. So really I'm just, trying to work on every part of my game. You can always improve on something. So I'm just getting my footwork right. That's big, being a defensive back, and, just taking it day by day.
TK, were you dreading at all these new recruiting rules where schools can have unlimited access to you guys in terms of text messages and social media and that kind of stuff? Because your dad has spoken out about how that's not good for the prospects. Was that something that you were really dreading, having to go through everyone texting you and tweeting you all that on nonstop?
I wasn't necessarily concerned or anything of that aspect, but I knew it would have an effect on some people, but, as far as controlling recruiting, recruits can control it the way they want to. If they wanted to get out of hand, then, they'll do everything they need to for that to happen. But, you control it as much as you want to, and I feel like a recruit can do that in this process.
TK, will you still put yourself in camp situations in the coming months, even though you've committed to Tennessee, just to kind of keep your skills sharp?
Yes, most likely. We haven't decided which camps that will be yet, though.
All right. Well, TK, we really appreciate your time. Get back to class, and thank you so much for doing it. You've excited an awful lot of Tennessee Volunteer fans, and so we appreciate you being able to talk to them for us.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thanks for your time.